Hey guys, it's been a minute. It's March 21st and got a little chance to work on some stuff since I last put a video up, so I kind of want to bring you up to speed on what I've got done so far. Bunch of little crap, man. Every time I think, well, I'll fix this one little thing, I find 2 or 3 more that need fixed at the same time. So surely but slowly I'm getting there, getting my tools gathered up and sorted out and getting ready to get rid of a bunch of my cheapo stuff. I got a favorite little thrift shop here in Hendersonville that those things sell really fast, and Lord knows I don't need 18 crescent wrenches, even though they do look pretty cool piled up in a pile. Oh, it's going to be a hot one today compared to how it's been. I was hitting the ground running hard here about 2 weeks ago and worked about 10 days straight and walked and was eating right and feeling good, and all of a sudden the dang Arctic cold front moved in and it snowed. It got most of us, so I know I'm not saying anything you hadn't heard about, but knocked me off my feet. But I'm back up again, more or less. Supposed to get like 85 something today, so I'm already getting a good start at sweating. If you catch a glimpse of something blue under here, it's not my forehead. It's this little secret sweatband thing that I learned about decades ago, and they're not real flattering, but they work really good. Wearing glasses, I get sweat in my eyes in a heartbeat. So I started wearing these things. I don't have to look at them, and there ain't nobody around me, so I guess it's okay. Heck, I even wear them when I go on a walk if it's gonna be hot. Mo hat's about seen better days. It's a Walmart special. It has been some miles and years with me, though. I think I've had it about 10 years. Kayak, done all kinds of stuff in it. I'm gonna have to buy a suitable replacement before too long. Anyhow, I'm rambling as usual. Let's go. I'm gonna show you what's going on right now on the coach, and yeah, we'll check it out. All right, haven't done a whole lot to the little birch, but I actually did a little something to it. Took this out. I was gonna plug it up with a piece of metal, and I got to thinking this looks better, looks a little more real. I've found my little palm sander and ran amok and hung some curtains over here, but it looks better than that, at least from 40 or 50 feet away. So I have had a piece of plywood that I've had put aside for the little seats on this dinette for a long time, and I finally cut those out and tapered them. I used one little piece of it on the Transmode for a wall panel, so I didn't have quite enough, but I'll get another sheet of 1/2-inch plywood. This stuff here is heavy. It's 3/4 birch, and I've cut it so that it'll fit the wall where the refrigerator was, and be able to make cutouts for the control panel up there. Closet was over here, and then there was a couple of doors down here that I've hidden for myself, but I know I didn't throw them away, so you can get to the electrical stuff. I've got it cut into 2 pieces. That one's 27 inches tall. It'll intersect with the floor of the thing where the fridge used to sit on it, and then it'll be the bottom of the closet if they decide to use it that way. I got it all cut. I was going to put it in one piece here, and I dragged it inside, and I figured out I couldn't get it to stand up, because at the diagonal it was like 88 inches, and there's not 88 inches of space in here anywhere. The little basil for this side is got a couple of pieces broken out of it, and I bought some epoxy here, and I put filled it with epoxy guess there's some hot donuts at the donut shop. These guys love their sirens more than where I grew up. But put a little Gorilla tape on one side, then filled it with epoxy. I hope you can see it's kind of dark in here. But it's hardening up. Yesterday, I did it day before yesterday, and yesterday it was still kind of springy, which was kind of bizarre. But I figured it'd harden up more, and it seems to have. This is the vent that came off the top of the Birch Haven that the refrigerator propane vented through. I pulled a piece of a box out of the Transmode, so that'll make a patch panel for the roof of the GMC. You can see it's to the left of those two vents. Right there in the middle in front of that storage box, there's that hole is right behind that one vent. Okay, so that's that. It's not much, but like I said, I've been mostly working on the Transmode. There that little beast is. I just got it jacked up this morning, and it looks like it's about 10 feet in the air. So 41 inches here at this belt trim at the door. I think this is the same height. It may not be. Yeah, it should be because the signal's all on there. So it's almost 50 inches. I raised it 8.5 inches or so. I had a little box over here that was just worthless. Wheel well's right here, so the wheels are just right there. Tore that box out, and there's my piece of plywood that I was going to use for the bench, but that's okay. I kind of know where there's some more. So this used to go around here, so I've cut it off, and I'll staple it, and fix it in there, and put a little piece of trim over there of some kind, and then I'm going to pull that back out, take that piece that's on the bottom, roll it over the top, staple it in the back, because I got clearance back here, and then I'll cut it smooth here, and in the corner, and stick it back in there. It'll be a little ugly, but it'll work. I think Mom asked me why I couldn't use one of these Hollywood bed frames for my bedstead, and I kind of think I can. I'm gonna cut these and bolt them under there somehow where it'll clear the bottom, so it's not going to be hitting stuff when I'm moving in and out of there, so get best I can. I still want to put a drawer under there if I can figure it out, but bolt them together. It'll make kind of a perimeter frame, and then set the mattress on it. Mattress will overhang the ends of this a little bit, but it'll be on that deal, so it don't matter. And I'll probably put some slat boards or those roll-out slats from IKEA or something along the lines to hold the mattress up in the middle, but still give it some breathing room. That'll work out pretty good. Haven't done a lot to the engine, just piddly stuff. I put this power brake hose on, and it goes way up in front of the radiator. While I was in here digging around, I found this hose, or this wire that comes from the proportioning valve down there, brake proportioning valve. It had separated from there and fallen in the exhaust manifold and burned up the insulation on it pretty bad. So I just taped it for now, and I was going to plug it in there to see if it would fit, but it got so hot I think it's lost tension in it. But it's brown wire and brown wire, so I'm pretty sure it does the same thing. So that brake proportioning valve, if it's screwed up, it'll throw more power to the rear or to the front, and screw your brake biasing up and make it feel funny, and they do feel funny, so it probably is what it is. tie rows that had been a hold of this thing doing the valve job on it probably had put this throttle cable over here and put the cruise control cable was over here with a nut and this little clip washer on it. It's supposed to have a plastic snap on end on that cable, and this goes down to the let's see, the cruise control diaphragm, so that when your cruise control puts vacuum to this, it'll put it up to a specific point where it gets your speed up right and everything keeps it steady. This hose was just hanging there in the breeze, and it was also broken in one place, and I'd located this thing. This goes to the air cleaner. I know where that goes. I just have it off because I got the air cleaner off. But this one was kind of hiding under that bracket. I couldn't really see it, but it had this piece of rubber hose in it, and then this little plastic hose is sticking in the little rubber hose. There, you can see it. So that goes to my air conditioning, in theory, at least my vent, hot, cold air door. So that should make the vent work, theoretically. I noticed when I pulled the air cleaner off, this is a PCV valve right here. I put a new one of those on there because there was a little bit of oil in the air filter housing. But when I've got that thing bolted down, it's pinching the dang PCV valve hose shut. And it was fresh pinched when I looked at it. So when I get ready to put this thing back on here, I'm going to pop this off and run it underneath all of this and up through under this metal deal, and then pull it over, and it should get rid of that crimp. So anyhow, that's some more of that. Oh, main reason I pulled that thing off there is change the gas filter out. Gas filter goes right here, and it is tight. Had to take it off, and had to take that off with vice grips because it used to be a hex, but now it's just kind of a round nut from all the specialty mechanics that had a hold of it. So anyway, I get it off of there, and I'm thinking, well, it's probably stopped up because they're just about 1.5 inch, 2 inch long paper deal, and it just wasn't in there, which was not real surprising. But last time I had it out, last week, I kicked in the secondaries to see if it'd have any, if it'd work, the quadrant would work, and it bogged like crazy. So they put this little cheesy pump on it, which I'm not sure if it's even bolted on. No, it's not. So it's pulling gas. You can even see that. There we go. So it's pulling gas from the tank into that, and it's pressurizing the pump, or pressurizing the line back to the generator, and the line to the carburetor. So anyway, that little filter is the size of like a Ford 6-cylinder dinky little filter. I need to get that out of there. Alright, well, I'll fight that after a while. Another thing I need to do while I'm under here this time is chase down the negative cable. Oh, there it is in plain sight. See if I can get you up in there and show it to you. Let's see, it's by my hand, by my finger. Not really, huh? So it doesn't look like it's corroded or anything. I can probably just take that loose. It looks like a 9/16 and tighten her back up. It might work. One of my pumps, or one of my batteries, is kind of dragging when it fires up. So that's what I'm trying to fix. The other one works pretty good, so I'm kind of thinking the ground's good on it. Oh, another thing I thought about or saw when I was up above there. That's the dipstick tube. And I'm just gonna, it's broken loose. It had a weld there on it at one point in time. I'm gonna get a hose clamp and slide down there and tighten that up against it, and it'll tighten that up. And then this thing needs tightened too, probably. Yeah, I could even turn that with my fingers a little bit where it mounts onto the case. Little stuff. Got some seepage. Blasted all that off with a pressure washer as good as I could, but I couldn't really get under here pressure washing. I may do it again while I got it up in the air. So there's where my other tank goes. That's probably the vent line. Yeah, because it goes to a solid line. And then it's got a just got a plug in there, like a freeze plug. I thought they'd cut that off and I was torqued, but it's not. This little I got a little elbow hose that goes on this special 1/8", the 3/16" or some crap, so it'll fit onto the tank. And then the tank I'll set up in here. I've got to get another U-bolt for the tank. I'll probably just pull it off of the birch for now. They sure could have left that other one on there too, but they sure didn't. Okay. Yep. Gripe. These are kind of neat. They're like aftermarket sway bars. Big old heavy suckers. They're about $700. Still, one company had them for sale that I saw. I hope they haven't butchered this tank too bad. It'd be nice to have one spare that was decent, but I bet this thing's full of rust is the reason it's not getting any gas, or doesn't feel like it's getting any gas. Yeah, I'll drag that sucker out of there and pull that filter off of it here in a second. Well, it's crammed in there. That's some A1 mechanic work right there. All right, guys, well, I hope that was enlightening as to where I'm at a little bit. These jack stands are 6-ton. They're from Northern Tool. They seem to be pretty decent. Oh, one other little thing I can show you if I can see it in the sun here. Yeah, I got the batteries sorted in. It's really tight in there with those Group 3478s. The case doesn't fit together. The boxes or trays, I mean, don't fit together great because they got this hump on the side where these adjusters are. If it had been on the end, it would have worked perfect. I'm gonna put like a spacer, some washers or something under this one to raise this adjusting nut up a little bit farther so it'll clear this other adjusting nut. As it is, they're not going anywhere. Heck, they were just sitting in there when I got it, but it'll be better to have them right. There's one of my ground points for the second battery, and it actually goes to the frame instead of the engine. It would be better if it went to the engine, but it just goes to the frame. It's probably okay. Not super happy about it, but I may throw some more cables on it eventually. There's the end of the booster hose for the master cylinder. It's a long son of a gun. I pulled this off. This is the windshield washer reservoir, and the little pump inside it's got a little rubber eccentric that's all sponged out and gone bad, so it's not gonna work, and I don't think there's any way to find a part for it. I probably will put a surface mount pump right in here, then I can just run the hose to it, run the wires to it. It'll fire off with the switch and everything, just, you know, positive and negative, just like this, and then I'll just tap into the top of it and use the same reservoir, leave that intact, can fill it, everything. I'd like to have a lot of good volume there because I've got new squirters for those if they need them, and the wipers work really good. I got a chance to use them once so far. Okay, back at it. Well guys, that'll about do it. I'm not gonna just fight it like fighting fire today, but I am gonna get some other stuff done. There's so much little stuff I can do that's crazy without even without even breaking a sweat. So appreciate you dropping by. Sorry it took me so long to get there. I just ain't been feeling it. I've been using what energy I got to clean up the garage here a little bit and work and do little stuff on the coach. I really would like to get those tanks in there, but it's going to be a big deal, and I want to make sure I got all my stuff before I tear into it real good. I'll give it a good look today and take notes and check stuff and make sure I got it. Like I've been keeping stuff together pretty good. This is all my fuel tank senders and pickup tubes. They're all screwed up, but they plug a hole in there, and then you get your fuel line off of them. So you gotta have something. New ones are $300 a piece, and man, I don't know, dude. That's the gauges aren't real great on them when they're working good. So I think that might be a phase 2 type thing, and just take a note every time I get gas and put the mileage down and kind of compute it from there. Anyhow, it's a million details, and I appreciate you stopping by and checking on me, and hope you get some enjoyment out of this, my trials and tribulations here. And I enjoy it. I gripe about it a lot, but I do love messing with this old stuff, and I think it's going to make a neat old coach once it ever gets lined out. And by the time I get it lined out, I'll know pretty much all the stuff around to fix, I'm thinking. So anyway, appreciate you dropping by. check back with me from time to time, and take her easy.